Oh, man. Hello, and welcome to Drysen Learns Things. I'm going to be very loopy in this conversation here because here's what's going on. I am at Camp MoGraph this next week, or this week while you're listening to this, and I have been creating individual just me episodes because the goal of Drysen Learns Things is that I want to release an episode every single day to give you just a quick bingeable piece of ideas or content or just a story to listen to. That's my goal, to give you that value. The problem is I just recorded the entire week worth and I went to go edit them and realized that I had my microphone muted for all of it. 5 of them in a row. So we are starting from scratch. My brain is already mush. And this is going to be a fun little 10-minute conversation. 9 minutes now. But anyway, welcome to Drysen Learns Things. I am Drysen, and this is typically a show where I interview other marketing people, other marketing directors or leaders to say, hey, what's a campaign you're proud of? Something you've worked on, and how did it work? The goal is to give you a platform to brag about your company and brag about the really cool work you've done that often goes uncelebrated by those in the marketing community, while additionally giving ideas and sparking new ideas to the rest of the community about things they can try as well. Again, I want to make sure I emphasize, please, steal like an artist. Don't copy someone's work. Steal inspiration and do your own thing with the ideas that are here on the show. Get inspiration, not a blueprint. So the very first thing I want to talk about here today is I want to share a previous story of something that I went through working on a local TV show, actually. And this is kind of a recap on my webinar from last week. This is actually the inspiration for one of my stories, where I used to be a video editor working on a local HGTV style show. And it was more common than not that our sales guy, I love him to death, and I'm not gonna throw his name out here or the company out here, but would sell free commercials, give free commercials away as kind of an upsell to a business to sign up for being on the show, because it was a 5-figure investment to be on said show. And so if you can get more value for not a lot of work, absolutely. The tricky part is as the video editor, it was my job to come up with the idea, to write the script, to find all the B-roll from the segment that we shot, and put the entire commercial together for that business. And I'm not gonna lie, there's some things I'm really, really proud of from working in that area. I feel like I did some pretty good work. The challenge is when it's a free commercial, when it's free production, as the editor guy whose job is to crank out as many of these things as possible, we really, no, they're not even going to sugarcoat it. We did not take the time to really listen to the customer, collaborate, ask what are your goals, what are your missions, what are you trying to accomplish, is there anything you want to promote, like is there a landing page, like what's the strategy, like we didn't care about any of it. We just said, go make video because my job is make video, and that was it. And again, there's things I'm really proud of, and there's things to this day that I'm pretty ashamed of that I'm sad went to air, even if it was a free local commercial. However, I want to talk a little bit about how, if I could go back in time and change that job, that role a little bit, what I would do differently. And I talked about this again in the webinar I hosted last week, which was you don't need a video, you need a plan. And you can go back and watch that at madebythings.com/insights. I believe there should be a tag called that video title, and you can rewatch the webinar there if you'd like for free. But if I could, I would go back in time and I would start collaborating with the businesses to say, hey, yes, we can absolutely make you an ad or a commercial, and frankly, it's probably going to get a little bit better, shelf life than what your TV spot's going to, because the TV segment's going to air once, twice, maybe 3 times a year, but the commercial can air a lot more, and it can go online and everywhere else too. So commercial, great. But let's be intentional about what we're trying to accomplish with this thing. Is it directing people to look at a sale? If so, let's make sure we have a landing page on your website specifically about that sale where people can learn what you're trying to accomplish. Or is it just generally letting people know you exist? If that's the case, let's point them to a landing page that features the TV show that you were just on, and specifically the segment you were just on, and have testimonials and reviews of that past client that you worked on their stuff. Let's put a process video on there to say, hey, new person, here's the segment that I worked on. Here's testimonials from the homeowner that we worked with there. But here, if you want to sign up with us, here's the process and here's what to expect. And here's how we can promise that what we're doing isn't just we're not just winging it. We're not getting lucky. We have a process that is repeatable. It's really good. And there's a reason why we're able to afford to be on TV, or there's a reason we're on TV, because we're really, really good at what we do. So, yeah, if I could go back in time, I would change that to be that route. And then additionally, that gives you a way to track, hey, how many people actually came from the commercial to that landing page? Does this actually have ROI? Does it have data? And then, of course, people do land on that website. Then you can, retarget them with social ads or Google ads. But that's getting outside of my world of expertise. That's just my early thought processes. But anyway, this was a quick and bingeable episode of Drysen Learns Things. And again, I would much rather interview you than share my stories. So if you are a marketing person, be that a marketing leader, marketing coordinator, marketing director, even just another, guy working the buttons like I was, I absolutely want to talk to you and hear about this campaign and initiative that you are proud of. Reach out at Drysen@madebythings.com, and we can start having the conversation. This episode is sponsored by Made by Things, the Discovery Workshop. If you are looking for a content partner that can come alongside, learn a lot about your studio, a lot about your company, what you do, your goals, make sure everyone's on the same page, and then provide an entire a la carte style menu of just so many different brainstormed ideas, plus price tags of what it's going to cost to actually create this thing. I mean, it's just like an a la carte style menu at a restaurant. That is what we do. That is the Discovery Workshop, and we'd love to talk to you. Again, hit me up at Drysen@madebythings.com. And this is the end of the episode. We'll talk to you later. Drysen Learns Things is brought to you by the Discovery Workshop from Made by Things. If you are looking for a content partner to help you brainstorm, set goals, and create content that truly resonates with your audience, check us out at madebythings.com/discovery.